We actually grew up both going to New Testament church, but Mike was way cooler and older than me, so I didn't know him really well then. And my parents had their 25th wedding anniversary, I think it was, and he came along with his parents. I was a freshman in college. And we just started talking at my parents and realized that we both really had a heart for overseas work, and that God had brought him back to help with his family, but maybe there was more of a reason why he brought him back. And so then we started communicating via email for a while, and by December or January, had been dating some and decided that we should just get married and get on with life. So that August we ended up getting married, and I had a year left of school after that. So I finished up at Bethel, and it was May of my year of graduating, and we were just going to stay around Minneapolis, St. Paul. Mike was going to go back to school. I was going to try and get a job as a teacher. My degree is high school education. But the doors just kept closing and nothing was seeming to work, so finally Mike contacted the headmaster of the school that he had been at and just said, what are the chances that you have an opening for a youth pastor and an English teacher? And international schools usually hire all their staff by January or February, so to be looking for a job in May is pretty not wise. And it so happened that through some tragic circumstances, another couple wasn't able to go back, even though they had planned to. And so an English position opened up, and the youth campus pastor position opened up. So this was the end of May, and they told us you'll be coming out in August. We got the job, and we left 1 week before we had been married for a year. We'll try this for a couple of years and see what it's like. I was teaching 9th and 10th grade English, and Mike was one of the campus pastors. There was a female campus pastor and a male campus pastor. And we did that for a couple of years and didn't really feel like leaving. Every 2 years you sign a contract, so you kind of choose, every couple of years. Whether you feel like you're supposed to stay or not. And we felt like we were supposed to stay, and midway through our second year, surprisingly, Jacob came along, and we weren't really planning for that. And working at an international school is really intense, because the academic level of our school was really high. The parents and the administrators really kind of expect you to just do a lot of work. And everybody, it was a small school, so you don't just teach, you do like 7 other things too. And I knew I couldn't do that full time and be a mom. So thankfully the principal agreed to let me take the next year off after I had Jacob, and I just supported other people and did a few things around campus, and Mike continued in his role. And then that